How you going today, YouTube? On today's episode, I'm going to be teaching you how to make your very own paddle tail. If you haven't seen the little grub one, then look through my feed and you'll find that was the latest video that I've posted. So today I'm going to be teaching you how to make the paddle tail, and if you like more videos like this, comment, subscribe, and yeah, hope you enjoy it. So you're going to need some polymer clay, some super glue, a bit of sandpaper, a mug or rolling pin, a craft knife, and some paddle pop sticks. First of all, you want to start with shaping your lure out of the paddle pop stick. Cut 2 pieces of paddle pop sticks about 1.5 inches long, and you want to glue them onto the side of the paddle pop stick just to make it that little bit thicker. Sand these pieces down so that they've got blunt edges. You don't want them to be sharp. I want to glue the bits that you've just sanded onto the side of the paddle pop stick to make it that little bit thicker so that the clay has something to hold on to. Now grab your polymer clay. You want to rub this in your hands for about 30 seconds just to get it all warm and just easy to work with. Grab your mug or your rolling pin and roll her out. You want it to be about a couple mil in thickness. Cut the back of your paddle pop stick down a little bit on an angle. Put this paddle pop creation in the middle of your polymer clay and fold the clay around the paddle pop. Keep doing this until it is fully formed and you're happy with the shape. Keep rubbing it with your fingers because the more warm the polymer clay gets, the easier it is to work with. Trim away the excess until it's a one form shape. Massage the clay so that you can't see where the clay joins. You want it to be one form shape. You want to grab a $2 coin in this situation, bit of cardboard, and draw about 3/4 of the way around the coin. Once done that, and you're happy with the shape of the tail, this is going to be the paddle tail, then cut it out with some scissors. Once again, grab your polymer clay, rub it in between your hands for 30 seconds or so just to warm it up, and then flatten it out with your mug or your rolling pin. Put in the center of it your paddle tail that you just created out of the cardboard and cut it out with a little bit excess around the outside so that you can form the paddle tail completely. Push the cardboard into the center and fold around the edges. Just keep working it until it's one form shape. I like to use an old pepper grinder in this situation just to get that rounded edge on it. Now you want to put it in the oven at 120 degrees Celsius, not fan forced, for about 10 to 15 minutes. You don't want the clay to fully set because then it will be too hard to work with. Once the clay has set in the oven, remove it and let it cool down. Once you've removed it from the oven, firstly, sand the bottom of it down so that you have a flat surface to work with. It is, and then 240, 600 and 800 wet and dry to get that final smooth finish. Once you've finished sanding your body, now you want to create the transition between the body and the paddle tail. Grab a bit of clay, roll it out into a little sausage and squish it onto either side of the paddle tail. Keep massaging this in. Grab some cardboard and cut out a base for it. Once you've got the base, you want to create the walls. Make them just above the size of the tail and you should be all good to fill her up with silicone. You want to super glue the paddle tail down to the cardboard so it doesn't move when you're pouring in the silicone rubber. Mix up your silicone rubber, add in about 100 ml, add in your catalyst and mix it very well. Mix through thoroughly and you can pour it over your paddle tail, making sure the whole object is covered. Let it sit for 24 hours. Once 24 hours has gone by, you can then peel away the cardboard and remove the paddle tail. Now here comes the fun part, mixing up the plastisol. Now remember, this is extremely hot and extremely dangerous, so always remember to wear protective gear. Make sure you have a safety mask and safety gloves. I like to use welding gloves because they're extra thick. For one, you always wear your respiratory safety equipment. This stuff is extremely poisonous as well as dangerous. Add roughly 100 ml of plastisol into your jug and add that to the microwave. Microwave it for about a minute on high and then remove and stir. Add it back into the microwave for 30 second bursts so that you don't burn the plastisol, and continue to do this until plastisol is clear. Once you have a clear plastisol, then it's time to add your colorants or your glitter. Once you have added the glitter, microwave plastisol for a further 15 seconds, then remove. You are now ready to start pouring. Just remember, always wear your safety equipment and proceed with extreme caution. Carefully pour your plastisol into its mould. It's okay if you overflow it a bit. I'll show you how to fix this up in a second. Leave it for 5 to 10 minutes, remove from mould, and then add to water for another 5 minutes for it to completely harden. Once you've created one, you can always just reheat the plastisol, add some extra colours, and put it back into the microwave for another 30-second burst until liquid again. You can continue to do this until you have no plastisol left. If you prefer colours rather than glitter, you can always just use some acrylic dye to add in. Just remember that it will bubble up with acrylic dye, so add the acrylic dye in, then microwave for 30-second burst until the bubbles have been removed. If you do happen to overflow the mould, you can always just use a pair of scissors to trim them down to make them fluent again. This has been another production by Deeves Fishing. Now, get out there, catch some fish and have some fun.